A little over 10 years ago, we at Sacramento Koi became convinced that there was a real need for a better koi pond filter. Not only one that would give you great water quality, but one that at the same time would be as easy as possible to maintain. As we contemplated designing this new filter, we got excited about the concept of examining all the pond filter technology out there today. Not only what worked, but also just as important, what didn't work. And then taking advantage of all that technology and putting it all into one filter. Thus began the evolution of the Advantage Koi Pond filter. We first started by choosing a fiberglass tank rather than a rubber composite tank to prevent any possible warpage of the tank due to weather. Next, we chose a tank with a side mount valve rather than a top mount valve so that if you ever needed to get inside the filter, you wouldn't need to cut or disassemble any plumbing. You simply unscrew the top closure lid and you have complete access to the inside of the tank. The Multiport Head that we selected is built by Praher Valve Company in Canada. We chose this valve because it created the least amount of head pressure or restriction of any valve that we tested. Plus, the 6-function head design makes it very versatile. The filter mode is the normal operating mode for the filter. The backwash mode is used to backwash the media inside the filter. This allows you to thoroughly separate any fish waste or debris collected by the filter. The rinse mode is used to final rinse the filter media after backwashing to prevent any dirty water from being directed back into the pond. When the Multiport Head is turned to the waste mode, water from the pond is directed out the waste line instead of through the filter and back to the pond. This makes performing a water change as simple as turning a handle. The recirculate mode is very important. This allows you to easily bypass the filter media inside the filter, thereby isolating it from the rest of the pond. This can be very important if you need to medicate your pond to get rid of parasites, for instance. By selecting the recirculate mode, you can keep the pond and waterfall operating as normal, providing oxygen for the fish, but at the same time you prevent any possible damage to the beneficial bacteria inside the filter until the medication loses its toxicity. Underneath the blower, we added a check valve ball valve assembly. This provides a redundant system to make sure no water can get back into the blower when it is not being used. We also added a 2-inch sight glass to make it easier to tell when the filter is clean during backwashing. This glass will start out almost black, but should become clear within about 1 minute. We added a blower to our filter for good reason. Our research has found that any bead filter, whether you're using bead in it or a tubular type material, will eventually plug up unless you have not just a blower on it, but a very powerful blower. We started out testing a number of spa blowers, but it soon became apparent that none of them were strong enough to sufficiently stir up the filter media enough to keep it clean. So for that reason, we decided to build our own blower. The Advantage blower built today is specifically designed for the Advantage bead filter, and it's the most powerful blower available on the market today. Additionally, we installed a sludge drain at the bottom of the filter. By opening this valve for a very short period of time, say 3 to 10 seconds, once a month, you can make sure no sludge builds up inside the filter. Back in 2003, we replaced the black top closure lid with a clear lid. This clear lid was a huge improvement because it now allowed you to see inside the filter during the backwashing process to verify that the beads are loose and clean before you finish. In choosing a media for inside of our bead filter, our testing has showed that not all bead material performs the same. The beneficial bacteria tend to grow much better on some type of beads rather than others. And additionally, we found that the floating type material that we use has some great advantages over a sinking type material. Once we were able to find a manufacturer that could produce a very consistent bead size, it made it possible for us to reduce slightly the size of the bead in our filter. Well, what this made possible was for the Advantage filter to filter down to 27 microns. Now, why is that important? Well, the human eye can't pick up anything smaller than 40 microns in water. Finally, back in 2005, based on 5 years of testing and a great amount of customer feedback, we became so convinced that the Advantage bead filter was the best filter available on the market for koi ponds that Sacramento Koi began offering a 1-year unconditional customer satisfaction guarantee. This means that for any reason during the first year you are not completely satisfied with any Advantage koi pond filters, Sacramento Koi will buy the filter back, no questions asked. Therefore, this means you can't lose by an Advantage filter. And when you consider all these deluxe features that are built into the Advantage bead filter, coupled with how easy it is to operate, why would you consider choosing any other filter?